What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Self Care Sundays with your girl, Ray Bay Glam. If you have not already, don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe. Okay, so I got my natural hair going. Today I got a smoothie. If you watch my vlog that's coming up, you know what's in here. Okay, the girl trying to get right. And yeah, so I'm on my favorite pajama sets, just chilling, no foundation, but a little light beat. I can't come in here too crazy looking for you guys, but you know, it's giving for the topic. We're chilling today. This is Self-Care Sundays, and I got a lot of good responses from my last video, so I figured I think Self-Care Sunday needs to be a thing. I'm gonna try my best to keep it up. So today I want to talk about something. Again, when I think about self-care, I think about in the mind. We all like to look good, okay? I want to say it all the time. But we working on 2022. We looking on self-reflection right now. We're going to work on that. So I like to get into more of the mental part of self-care. And today I would like to talk about unhealthy defense mechanism misconstrued for personality traits. Now, you guys, I know that's a lot. I just said a lot, but you got that friend, or you could have been that person that says they're like this, and that's just my personality. That's my zodiac sign. Now, you guys know I don't associate with the zodiac sign. I don't horoscopes. I'm not a Capricorn, Aquarius. I'm nothing. I'm a human being, okay? But that the whole world has been obsessed with blaming their horoscopes as to why they ain't SHIT. But anyway, that's gonna be another video, okay? That's gonna be another video. But this one, we're gonna talk about unhealthy habits or traits that we have, choices. People misconstrue and so that's their personality. That's just who they are. Okay, so this may not be all of them. These are just some that just came up into my head, and there's one that I very much. The first one is easily walked over, timid, or extremely shy. Now, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with someone who is not always confrontational, because there's a lot of times we don't want to confront every issue. I'm always been told to pick and choose your battles. So everything isn't supposed to be jump on your back type situation. But we're talking about those who absolutely never speak up for themselves. That can be an unhealthy defense mechanism. And here is why I believe so. So in my experience, it can start from your upbringing. Being a child that was necessarily told children are supposed to be seen but not heard. Now, to a certain degree, children, they need, yeah, absolutely, I agree. But then there is a reason why I don't agree with this. And this is probably why that child grows up to be an adult and is extremely shy, don't stand up for themselves. You can take a child that's probably been abused or whatever the case from an adult, but they don't feel safe, or they don't feel like their feelings can be heard because they need to stay in a child's place, and not even bringing up the abuse or calling out the abuser, because they don't really have anybody safe to talk to, because no one listens to them. Because every time they do say something, then it's go to your room, or I don't want to hear this, oh, he was just playing, or she was just playing, downplaying what they feel. And children are people too. Let me say that again. Children are people too. I know a lot of times, especially us older generation, we were kind of told that, children basically stay in a child's place. And I understand that, I agree to a certain extent. But if a child comes to you, they first feel like you can protect them. As their parent, you should protect them. But if you just shoo them off, or because what you're doing at that moment is more important than what your child is trying to tell you, then that child grows up. And as a defense mechanism, instead of someone quote unquote shooing them off, they just don't say anything ever. They don't defend themselves ever because their experience when they try to speak up is they've been quote unquote shoot off. So while we're raising our kids, and even if you see that in yourself now, I hope me acknowledging that will help bring some type of self-care to you. You can work on that defense mechanism. Like I said, you don't have to always defend and nitpick. Being too defensive is another red flag to me. But if you never stand up for yourself, and there are some times in life when you need to, that could be one of the reasons why. And you can seek counseling or just be honest, or even just watching this video, maybe this is the first time you even thought about that. That is me. I never do something, because 9 times out of 10, every time you did, it was going through one after the other. So that is my first, unhealthy defense mechanism that is turned to a quote unquote personality trait. And the reason why I say quote unquote personality trait is because that can be changed. Like, you don't have to stay like this forever. So that's why I say quote unquote personality trait. It's more of a defense mechanism, an unhealthy defense mechanism. So that's why this next one is being unnecessarily rude and blunt. Child, how many times have you all heard somebody say, well, I'm just real. I'm just keeping it real. I'm too blunt. If it offends you, then I'm telling the truth. How many people, or how many of you, has said your rudeness is equal to your bluntness, is equal to your realness? How many times have you said some things that hurt someone intentionally just to counteract that and say, well, I'm just real. My personality is too strong for them. That is an unhealthy defense mechanism. Say it with me. That is an unhealthy defense mechanism, because you can be tactful and get your point across without hitting below the belt. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've been through. That is not something you want to go bragging around about. That shows something inside of you that is not healed, for you to intentionally go around and be rude to people and just blame it on being real. You really need some help. And not only do you destroy that relationship with the person that you're trying to be quote unquote rude with and real to, because now you have offended that person, and that person no longer wants to listen to you. So then now every other month or every other year, you're finding new friends because your old friends don't want to deal with you no more. It's not them, boo-boo. It's you. And so I'm going to tie in how being excessively rude could be a defense mechanism. Because typically, we respond to people how we have been responded to. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to get at is someone of importance at one time in your life probably was extremely rude to you, and you were probably really a nice person. And that affected you so much that you're saying, well, from here on out, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be mean and rude because this person was mean and rude to me and nothing happened to them. First of all, you never know what the next person is going through. Karma is okay? And although you don't see somebody going through something or God getting his lick back, trust me, God is a God of justice. He doesn't like people, especially his people, being treated unfairly. So I know a lot of times people look at situations, and you could look at your situation and say, well, this person was extremely rude to me and nothing happened to her, so guess what? I'm going to do the same thing. That is the wrong way to look at it. That is the wrong way to look at it. We shouldn't base our growth and our maturity based off what's happening to other people. Because you'll never grow. Because not everybody is talking about, dang, I took an L today. On social media, all you hear is about people doing well. Nobody's talking about, man, life kicking my butt. And being real and saying why life is kicking your butt. It's not always just Satan. It's your karma. People love to blame Satan. Oh, Satan working hard today. Baby, no, you didn't pay your car notes. And they came and told it. Rent-A-Center been knocking on your door because you haven't paid them for that couch and that love seat for 6 months. And they're there. It ain't always Satan. It is the consequences. Say it with me. The consequences of your actions while you are receiving what the world is giving to you. Not all the times, but a lot of times you guys love to blame Satan, when we have our own gift of discernment and we can choose to reap or sow the consequences or the rewards of our action. And if you're going around being rude to people just because somebody's been rude to you and thinking that's being real, actually you one of the fakest people I know. All right, this third one I want to talk about might hit some people the wrong way because we live in a world of gossip. Everything's about gossip. We got Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Facebook, Twitter, IG, stuff that I don't even Snap, with everything. Everybody's always other people's business. But the third unhealthy defense mechanism that people like to call a personality trait is excessive gossip. Well, let me say excessive gossip. If you find yourself in every conversation, whether it be work related, family related, friends related, always talking about other people, it don't even have to be malicious gossip, just whatever they're doing, that's your whole conversation. And especially at this age, I'm 30 and up, gang. Especially at this age, bro, what? You need some help, first of all, and that is a defense mechanism, and I'm going to tell you why. So typically, in my experience, I have found that people who excessively gossip about other people's lives is really hiding about theirs. There's something so messed up and so jacked up in their lives, and they want to shift the attention on someone else, because if they don't, then the attention will be on them, and it's something about them that they don't want others to see. So they try to fill their lives and other people's ears with other people's lies, because their life can be boring, or they could be whatever, unhappy with their situations, or whatever the case may be. They want to always redirect their conversation on somebody else. And it's like I said, we all do a little gossip here and there, but I ain't supposed to spend my whole day catching up with my friends talking about somebody else. I mean, that is childish. Children do that. High school, middle school do that. We're grown, and if you're still grown and only talking about other people all the time, that's a problem. And also, you want to check too your friends. If you got a group of friends and somebody don't like somebody in the group, it doesn't mean you gotta stop being their friend. That's high school. But if you got a group of friends and one person feels comfortable enough to talk to you about the other friend they don't like, that's a problem. Because if you don't like Brittany, that's fine, you don't like Brittany, but you ain't fit to talk about Brittany to me. That's a problem. Two things, because for one, that friend that's talking about Brittany to you is talking about you to somebody else. And two, you're supposed to be friends with Brittany. Whenever there is a conflict between the two, you want to stay neutral, because you don't have to stop being friends. You got to pick sides. We're not in high school. Of course, you can still be friends with people, but you don't want to be caught in the middle of, well, I told Raven this, and oh, really? I thought you were my friend. You ain't tell Raven nothing. No, ma'am, Pam, you didn't tell me nothing. I don't want you talking about her in front of me, because I mean, you could be talking about me in front of anybody else. If I do something to you, then now you're going back running your mouth, so then that's when you reevaluate your friends, and we're going to talk about that in another self-care video. But I'm just saying that excessive gossip stuff is a defense mechanism. It is. And you need to check yourself. This last one, you guys, I resonate with. This is the one. This is the one that I am still battling till this day. And it's being overly critical of yourself. I know that a lot of people just think, oh, that's her personality. That's his personality. She's just extremely humble. You know, but it is totally a defense mechanism. And Lord knows I'm working on it, because I am super overly critical of myself. And it is a hell of a defense mechanism. And I'm going to tell you why. This could be, and for my experience, bullying, being talked about, lack of appreciation at work, lack of appreciation in your relationship. And then being told so much negative things about yourself. No one's telling you the positive. So eventually, and that hurts. When no one's telling you the positive, it hurts every time. Oh my God. Like, what am I doing right? You know what I'm saying? So eventually you start beating them to the punch. Instead of waiting for them to tell you something negative, you say it first. So that blow won't hit so hard when somebody else has said it, because you already acknowledged it. I do it all the time. I'm being candid and real. I do it all the time at work, at home, relationships, family, even with my videos. And there's been so many times I have recorded something, deleted it because I didn't like the way my nose looked. Or I may look fat in a video, or maybe my makeup wasn't perfection. Because I know people are going to say something regardless, absolutely. But if I don't find perfection in something, I won't post it. I am my worst critic, and it is such a defense mechanism. It is so hard to shake, and I know there's so many people that resonate with that, because gosh, it is so hard to not be your worst critic. There's a measure of goodness in that, because you obviously care about the quality of your work, you care about the type of friend you are, you care about the type of associate you are, wife, husband, kid, so it's nothing wrong with being able to look at yourself and point out flaws, but it's also something wrong when you can't point out the good either. And I struggle with that. Even if somebody will compliment me, I don't be rude, but they probably think I'm rude because I don't say, oh, thank you. I always say, somebody said, I like your hair. Oh, girl, it's dirty. They're like, oh, Raymond, I like your lip gloss and stuff. Oh, this old stuff. Like, I always got to kind of downplay it. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I the only one? We're working together. We're working. And that is it today, guys, for my unhealthy defense mechanisms. Things that you can look within yourself. Like I said, this is about self-care. We want to get you to feel good and feel confident about who you are as an individual in 2022. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's almost, we here. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, a lot of you guys really enjoyed the last one. Don't forget to comment. Tell me what you think is an unhealthy defense mechanism. Tell me if you agree with what I felt like is an unhealthy defense mechanism. Tell me if you resonate with one of my unhealthy defense mechanisms. We can all help each other out. Hope to see you all in my next video, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Take care of yourself.